Hello and welcome back, students. In last video we have seen that first chapter of first flight. Now we are going to the third poetry, that is how to tell a wild animals, and this is the third poetry of the book. And up to here unit 1 the portion will be over. So if possible, so we will continue with the next chapter. So let's start with that one, how to tell a wild animals. So it is a funny way of the poet to say this about the animals. If you want to recognize an animal, so this is the way to go in front of the animal and you can experience by yourself. The first stanza says that if you ever should go by chance to jungles in the east, and if there should to you advance a large and tawny beast, if he roars at you and you are dying, you will know it is the Asian lion. So if you stand in front of an animal kind of that, it has uh, it is there in east of the jungle, and you are standing in front of a tawny beast, means a huge beast. If you are standing in front of that and it roars at you and loudly, so you must know that it's an Asian lion. So we have already discussed all the stanzas before, and we are just revising it. So must be there, it's is written there. If he roars at you and you are dying, means he roars in that way that you people are getting frightened, and so that time you will be knowing that it's a Asian lion. The second stanza says that about the animal, or if sometime when roaming around a noble wild beast greets you with black stripes on a yellow ground, just notice if he eats you. This simple rule may help you learn the Bengal tiger to discern. The next animal, it is that poet is talking about, that a humble beast means a silent animal. If he stands in front of you and he meets you, a noble, it's the word written noble here. Let's see, noble wild, it's a contradiction, that noble wild with black stripes on a yellow ground. Yellow ground means the body is yellow and the stripes is black. That kind of animal, if you see, just notice if he eats you. Means if he eats you, he is noble, but he is wild also. And if you are standing in front of it and it eats you, this simple rule may help you learn the Bengal tiger to discern. Then only you will get to know it's a Bengal tiger if he eats you. Next stanza says that if strolling forth a beast you view, whose hide with spots is peppered, as soon as he has leapt on you. So three lines are saying that if you're strolling forth means if you are going forward, and a beast, again a beast uh, which can be seen that uh, on the ground means on the body, spots are there like a pepper. Okay, black spots on the body. As soon as he has leapt on you means he hugs you, and leapt on you, you will know it is the leopard. 'Twill do not good to roar with pain, so that time you will not get the time to um, get the uh, get the crying thing with the pain. He will only leap and leap again. He will not leave you and let you go until unless you will be dead, and he will continue with the same thing. So you will be knowing it's a leopard. Next animal is talking about, if when you are walking round your yard you meet a creature there who hugs you very, very hard, be sure it's a bear. So now, if you find an animal, if you are roaming in your yard, means near about your home house, and you people are roaming, if you find a creature, any animal, and that hugs you very, very hard, as we know that their bear hugs very tightly. So if he hugs you, be sure it's a bear. If you have any doubts, I guess he'll give you just one more caress. Okay, it means he hugs you so tightly that cramp or your bones will be crushed. So it's a bear. Next animal is talking about that though a distinguished beasts of prey, a novice might nonplus the crocodile, he always may tell from the hyena. Thus hyenas come with merry smiles, but if they weep, they are crocodiles. Now is talking about two animals at a time. Though a distinguished beast of prey means difference between two prey means two animals, the novice might non-plus. Okay, once one's property for another, that is different from one's property. The crocodile you always may tell from the hyena, thus means hyena and crocodile. Difference between them. Hyenas come from merry smiles. Hyenas only smiles, and hyena smiles like a clever fox. Hyena, and but if it cries, so simply think that it's a crocodile only. Next stanza says that the true chameleon is small, a lizard sort of thing. So a kind of creature that is kind of lizard, that is chameleon. He hasn't any ears at all and not a single wing. If there is nothing on the tree, this the chameleon you see means the chameleon, the creature, it can be hidden through changing its color like the twig or the branch of the tree. It has no ear. So if you look at the branch or twig and you find no one or nothing over there, so think that it's Camlin over there. So that's the end of this poetry written by Carlin Wells. It is the name of this poetry was that how to tell a wild animal. We will continue the story in the next video. Till then, take care of yourself. Have a good day.